Hello to all the parents and carers of Year 10. My name is Simon Bowden. I'm Assistant Head Teacher here at Cardinal Newman. And I wanted to give you a bit of an idea of some of the messages we've been sharing with your students and with your children. Really concentrating on looking to the future now rather than concentrating on the past. We undeniably there are going to be some gaps in learning and gaps in knowledge, but I just want to reassure the students and reassure yourselves that we are actually really committed to bridging those gaps. And actually, we're quite expert at doing this because every year I've been in teaching, there's always been students who have needed extra support, have not been able to access their learning for whatever reason. And we always find a way to bridge those needs with the teaching staff, learning support staff. And of course, this is a little bit different because all our students are in this situation. But I wanted to share the message that we're really committed to doing this and also help you understand some of our thinking and our knowledge at this time as we go forward. So what we are being guided and what we know so far is that Ofqual and the Department of Education making it very clear to us that the Year 10 can't be disadvantaged by coronavirus or COVID-19. So what we know and what's in our control is that students will sit exams in the summer of 2021. We're not quite sure when they are yet. We're not quite sure what they look like. But as soon as we do have that, there's a consultation at the moment, then that will inform one of the 3 or 4 contingency plans that I have at the moment in terms of how we prepare students for that series of exams. So, and of course we're good at that. That's normally what we're doing for Year 11 students anyway. So we're just waiting for sort of the final clarification with regard to that. I think we shouldn't miss the fact that this year has been very unique, but it has also been really important for students who have had the opportunity to really improve their independent learning skills. Year on year, we find that the students who get on top of this and do this well really are successful. They are the successful students. And of course, every child in the country has had to do some form of independent learning over this period. And I think that's a real bonus for our children and for your children as well. We certainly the students are going to make every lesson count over and over. It's great that we can get them back into school and give them an English, maths and science lesson, albeit in very different circumstances. You know, there's only 10 students in a classroom. They may not be necessarily with the teacher who's taught them, but we want to commit to those lessons in addition to the online learning lessons. And when we come back in September, you will have heard everything in the news about bolt-on lessons or extra provision. Well, we do that for Year 11 anyway. There won't be anything new to us, whether it's a breakfast club, a break time or form time or after school. So we already have that program in place because we've been running it for year on year anyway. So there will be opportunities for students to do some extra provision, and our staff, our departments know how to target students in the right way for that. And something I'm keen to impress on the students is that, you know, all their learning to date, they've had 10 years in school. Okay, we've had a little pause in school, but not from their learning. Then really their education is the springboard to their future. So whatever they are doing is really going to give them some options for the future. One area that I understand, and certainly from my own family, my own children, and something I'm keen to impress on them is there are lots of things that we can't control in this situation. But the main thing is I can't control anything that's gone before. If they didn't quite get to the piece of learning or a bit of work, then I'm not sure how much energy we really should be spending on that. I'd rather us be looking to the future and what we can do. So there's 3 simple things I'm encouraging your child or your son and daughter to do. First of all, make every lesson count. Certainly when we're in school and physically in the building, give it the full concentration and do their personal best every day. Even if they can do this from now and obviously from September, then, you know, we will see the best of them over the next year. No distractions, no disrupting learning, no lateness, no anything that will upset that. Every lesson will count. We are very acutely aware, we've been tracking this for a couple of years, that students who make the most progress and therefore are most successful always correlate very strongly to their attitude to learning. The more positive their attitude to learn, the better their results. And it doesn't matter which ability level we look at there. Really, we're going to encourage students, they're going to come every day with their best attitude to learn, to school, and they will see the benefits from that. And finally, we have face-to-face lessons, we've got online content, and also I would encourage your students now really to be getting, your children to be getting their revision organised. Go back, start making highlighting notes, making revision notes, making flashcards, because they are going to be assessed and tested next year, at the end of next year in particular. No revision time or any time that they spend on revision will be wasted at all. And we know, and we'll be sharing some tactics with them with regard to how to use flashcards and revision material effectively, but they really could be using some of this time now to be organising their revision. In terms of keeping in touch with you, it's great we can talk to them and we are giving them these messages face to face, but I'm obviously conscious that a number of students, about 8 to 10%, aren't able to come into school either because of their health or their shielding or transport issues. So our main way of communicating is going to be through email, through Firefly, our use of our website or Twitter. So please do keep an eye on those platforms. Encourage your students to be your children to be checking emails all the time. We have some key dates coming up. On the 8th of July, there'll be a virtual talk from sixth forms. And there's also a mental health and wellbeing section on our website, which I know many of you will have visited already, and it's a really good place to point your child if they are finding it difficult. There's a massive support available for them on there. But I think the message that I've been getting back from a number of students, and certainly from the wellbeing questionnaire that I posted, was it's like, what's the point? Why have I got to work hard? Look what's happened to my year 10. Well, I've been in consultation with all of these sixth form and post-16 providers, and also with a number of the apprenticeship companies that we use. What's clear to me, and what I'm really trying to get over to the students, is that all these colleges and all these post-16 options need our students. They need your children. Their offer is still going to be there at the end of year 11, and I think that's quite a motivating position, a motivating factor for students, that they're really aware that okay, life has paused, but the play button has been pressed now, and they can look forward to a future and work towards that. Like I say, we'll share a bit more idea of what they'll need and how it all works with the application process, but having a conversation with them around their ambitions, dreams, hopes, then I think that is a really key, important message to give to them. Okay. And finally, you may feel a little bit desperate at times. The necessary bit that we're involved in at the minute is bringing students back into school safely as we can, 25% of the time. It's quite frustrating, but we're really grateful we've got that opportunity to touch base with them and to give them some face-to-face teaching. We are planning the possible. I'm really hopeful that in September we are back in school as normal with their usual teachers. We've really accelerated some learning on for that first term and preparing them for their GCSE journey. And look, the impossible. Well, look, we're going to come out of all of this together, and really my ambition for your child hasn't changed since the beginning of year 10, which is they achieve their absolute personal best. And like I say, if they focus on every lesson, one at a time, do their best in there, they really put in their best attitude to learning with us, and they're concentrating on revision from the get-go, then they will achieve everything that they dream of. Okay. If you have any questions or queries, you please email them either to myself, which is s.bowden@cncs.co.uk, or through the pastoral teams. And we're really happy to discuss any issues or any concerns or any hopes that you may have with you. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.